Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Sentinels of the Multiverse, the video game Infernal Relics. In the last episode, we took down Gloomweaver, and in this episode, we're going to take a look at Akash'Bhuta. One of, if not my favorite villain in any of the expansions, certainly my favorite advanced villain. Or is it challenge? One of her difficult modes that we're not playing today is one of my favorite fights in the game. We are going to be using a hero team comprised of heroes I've used before and a couple of new faces. We're going to use the Argent Adept, my personal favorite hero that's been seen so far. Legacy, of course, because I can't play without Legacy. Setback. And the Naturalist. And we're going to be playing in Freedom Tower. I've decided that because there are 4 new villains and there's 2 new environments plus the 2 Vengeance environments, we're just going to show off the Vengeance environments as if they were the home team, the home field, so to speak. This is definitely not Akash'Bhuta's home field, but whatever. Freedom Tower is another one of my favorite environments. Another singing magician. I have eaten many of your kind. You're next. Your ageless chaos shall not destroy this world in this age. Akash'Bhuta is somewhat of like an eldritch abomination. She is a force of nature, so to speak. Every eon or so, she comes and destroys the world, brings it back to its natural state, and then goes dormant. The virtuosos of the void, of which Adept is one, fight against her in every age and try to keep her at bay. There's a lot of lore. I'm not going to be going into it. If you're interested, you can look into it yourself by either buying the game and looking through the card library or listening to the Letters Page podcast. Here's Akash'Bhuta. She has 200 HP. It is not as scary as it seems at first. She is the Chaos-bound creator, and she starts face up on this side. Whenever an environment target enters play, the top card of the villain deck is played. Whenever a villain target enters play, the top card of the environment deck is played. When the environment trash is shuffled into the environment deck, Akash'Bhuta flips. She may only flip this way once per turn. We may not see this happen. We might. We'll see. I'm glad we're getting that out of the way early. Jeez. Oh, this might not even be the card I'm thinking of. At the start of the villain turn, Akash'Bhuta deals all non-villain targets 4 psychic damage. If all active heroes take damage this way, destroy this card. Now, this isn't what I was thinking of. Never mind. This card just kind of sucks whenever you see it. Alright, Adept. What do we even start with here? Adept is a bit of a complicated hero to play. His power is Vocalize. Activate a Perform text. He has cards that are harmonies, melodies, and rhythms. We actually have none of them in our hand right now. Arcane Cadence. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Put one of them in your hand, one of them on top of your deck, one on the bottom of your deck, one in your trash, and play one. This is a fun card. He also has instruments that he can conjure up with Instrumental Conjuration. Search your deck or trash for an instrument card and put it into play. If you searched your deck, shuffle your deck, you may draw a card. I'm not going to play this now because we don't have any cards to use instruments with and we don't know what we need. Silver Shadow. Activate an accompany text. You may either draw a card or play a card now. Vernal Sonata. Each hero target regains 1 HP. Each player may take 1 card other than Vernal Sonata from their trash and put it on top of their deck. If you combine this with Tempest card that does the same thing, you can do it basically every turn. We're going to play this card. Get some options. This is a harmony. Sadistic? Is that how you read that? Sadistic Dissonant. Each of these cards, the harmony cards, are each going to have a perform text and an accompany text. In this case, the perform text is destroy an instrument. If you do, destroy any 1 card in play other than a character card. The accompany text is discard 2 cards, draw 3 cards. This is more of an endgame card. I don't use it very often, so we're going to put that in the trash. This is another one I don't use very much. Polyphoric Flare. The Argent Adept deals himself 2 energy damage. If he takes damage this way, you may use a power now. It's not really my style. I'll probably get rid of that one. Another Silver Shadow. Those are actually pretty good. Another Vernal Sonata, which we don't really need. And Rhythm, Syncopated Assault. Rhythms also have a perform and an accompany. Select up to 2 targets until the start of your next turn, increase damage dealt by those targets by 1, or the Argent Adept deals 1 target 1 sonic damage. As is the case with Visionary, Argent Adept very rarely wants to be doing damage because there's usually other more useful things he can be doing. If you're dealing damage with Adept, generally it kind of means you've run out of options, except in a couple of like niche cases that we'll talk about if they come up. Well, we're gonna put this in hand. I guess we'll put this at the top of the deck. Bottom. I might have done this in the wrong order. I did do this in the wrong order. Hold on. I am going to let myself do that over just because I lost track. So the last card we select is going to be put in play. Alright, so I'm going to put this in my hand, this at the top of the deck, this at the bottom of the deck, this in the trash, and then we're going to play that Rhythm card. And we're going to perform. I believe that is the voice of one of the developers. I could be wrong about that. Well, I guess we'll raise damage. Well, Naturalist might not even be able to do damage this turn. No, the Naturalist can do damage. So we'll increase the Naturalist. And then who else has damage? Legacy's not going to be dealing damage, so I'm just going to assume that Setback will. There's the Polyphoric Flare. Bolster allies, never a bad time for more cards. Ooh, that's a good one. That's another really good one. Setback, that's a great card. Setback I am not overly familiar with, so I'm going to be taking my time with him. Alright, we're dealing extra damage on top of the extra damage that Setback and Naturalist are already doing. Setback, how do I explain Setback? Let's just look at his cards and you'll see. He's known for being unlucky. Cash out. Remove any number of tokens from your unlucky pool. Draw that many cards. Each player may discard 1 card. If 3 cards are discarded this way, each hero target regains 2 HP. We don't need that right now. Cause and effect. You may destroy 1 ongoing or environment card. Setback deals 1 target and himself as much psychic damage as there are tokens in your unlucky pool. I might use that now. Remove 2 tokens from your unlucky pool. If you do, draw 1 card and Setback deals 1 target 2 melee damage. If there are 0 tokens in your unlucky pool, Setback regains 3 HP. You might be noticing that there's something called an unlucky pool. Setback will occasionally gain unlucky tokens, and he gets that by playing certain cards. Setback deals 1 target 2 melee damage. He deals himself 2 melee damage. Add 2 tokens to your unlucky pool. Having tokens in the unlucky pool can either be good or bad for you depending on the cards that you play. Turn of events. Remove 4 tokens from your unlucky pool. If you do, each other player may use a power now. That is incredible. Setback deals himself 2 psychic damage. We're going to start with this, and we're going to get rid of Entomb. That's 4 damage that none of us have to take. And we also get to deal 2 damage to Akash'Bhuta and, unfortunately, to ourselves. Our power is add 1 token to your unlucky pool, play the top card of your deck. I'm going to do it. We'd actually like to get 4 tokens right now. Karmic Retribution. Alright. I'm just trying to see where his... Okay, here's the counter for his unlucky tokens. The Naturalist is a shapeshifter. I will admit I have a really bad habit of just picking my favorite form and never using anything else, and it's not a habit I'm planning on breaking now, sorry. He can use Transform. Search your deck or trash for a form and put it into play. If you searched your deck, shuffle your deck. So unfortunately he gets a little bit of a slow start because his forms are what really get him going and give him power, and he's not going to have a usable power until he puts another card in play. But we can use this, Threatening Stomp. The Naturalist deals 1 target 4 melee damage. If you are the Rhino, damage dealt by a target damage this way is redirected to the Naturalist until the start of your turn. We are not currently the Rhino. Bestial Shift. If you are the... I'm just going to call it red from now on, but if you are the Deer, the Naturalist regains 3 HP. You may use a power now. Purple. Reduce damage dealt to the Naturalist by 1 until the start of your next turn. Green. The Naturalist deals 1 target 3 toxic damage. You may use support now. So you can see the Naturalist has 3 forms. He has the Deer, which I think is called something else, but The deer is a healer, the rhino is a tank, and the crocodile is the damage dealer. I am almost always the crocodile. So we're going to deal some damage. And then I'm going to search my deck for the deadly crocodile. Gazelle, that's right, it's not a deer, it's a gazelle. Well, just so you can see the other ones. Here's the formidable rhinoceros. When this card enters play, destroy any other form cards, reduce damage dealt to the naturals by 1. You may activate purple effects, and the power is to draw 2 cards. The nimble gazelle. You may activate red effects, and you can regain 3 HP. And my favorite, the deadly crocodile. Increase damage dealt by the naturalist by 1. You may activate green effects, and the naturalist deals 1 target 2 melee damage. The naturalist can deal a lot of damage, kind of on par with Raw sometimes. I quite like him. Now, let's talk about Freedom Tower. It just played a room. That's what it does. It plays rooms, and occasionally, villains will invade the rooms. This room is the medical ward. At the start of the environment turn, each target regains 1 HP. Freedom Tower is a very important environment that you've probably seen before in my older series when doing some of the really difficult challenges, because at least in my opinion, Freedom Tower is the easiest environment to work with. It more or less gets out of your way. It does some pretty crazy stuff. It ends up helping the heroes more often than not. It's a very hero-friendly environment. So let's just see what fun we can have with Freedom Tower. Oh, ensnaring brambles. At the end of the villain turn, select the hero target with the lowest HP. That target cannot deal damage until the start of the next villain turn. When this card is destroyed, Akash'Bhuta deals herself 9 energy damage. And that's why that 200 HP is not actually as scary as it looks. She plays Primeval Limbs, and whenever you destroy the limbs, she takes that much damage. So it goes kind of faster than you'd think. Oh, you know what? Adept isn't dealing damage anyway, so we don't really care about that. Oh, actually, he was about to deal some damage. Alright, so instead of playing this is a melody card. Melodies only have perform text on them. They don't have accompany text. This one's perform is the Argent Adept deals 1 target 1 cold damage and then deals 1 target 1 fire damage. Like I said, you almost always don't, or you almost never want to be dealing damage with Adept, but we don't have any of his more useful cards right now, so this would have been something nice to do if I could actually deal damage, but instead, let's plan for the future. I like the perform text of this rhythm. Oh, but I like the perform of this too. Which instrument do I want? You know what, I'll play it, and I'll still wait a little bit to get an instrument until I know more of what the plan is. So let's just do this again. We're going to do it to the same 2 people. Oh, another Arcane Cadence. That's not so bad. That's more of a plan. That card gets you a lot of stuff. Yeah, let's just play a takedown. That keeps villain cards from being played. We do take damage because of it, unfortunately. Alright. Oh, that's right, this went into play last time. High-risk behavior. Increase damage dealt to and by setback to the, to and... Bleh. Let me try that again. Increase damage dealt to and by setback to and by villain targets by 1 for every 3 tokens in your unlucky pool. The wording does matter. It means that if other heroes deal him damage, or if the environment deals him damage, it won't be increased. At the start of your turn, you may add or remove 1 token from your unlucky pool. I am going to add 1, because we're working up to the Turn of Events card. We don't need that yet because Adept is really not ready for it, but it's going to be amazing when we are. This looks new? Yes. No. Yes. Karmic Retribution. If you have fewer than 7 tokens in your unlucky pool, remove 1 of them. If you do, Setback regains 2 HP. If you have 7 or more tokens in your unlucky pool, remove 7 of them, and Setback deals 1 target 7 melee damage. Yikes. I still like the other one better. Do you have to remove the tokens? Yeah, you do. Let me just read through these real quick again. This is removing tokens. I don't want to remove tokens. Okay, we're going to do this. So, I am going to hit the brambles, because we want that gone. And then... yeah, let's do it. Oh, geez, that's too bad. One of these, but unfortunately, we didn't have any token. Didn't have enough tokens to remove. All right, let's start dealing some damage. Do we want to do that, or it's too late? I did what I did. Sometimes when I play with just myself, I allow myself to be a little liberal with undos, but I want to start training myself to really think my actions through a little bit more. So 5 damage here, takes that right out, and then an extra 5 damage to Akash'Bhuta herself. Pretty good. The Naturalist is at his best when he's playing together with other heroes, especially Legacy. He just dealt 15 damage this turn. That's pretty darn good. Alright, let's see a fun card from the environment. That's not a fun card from the environment. Not at all. Frost's Cryo Chamber. Increase all cold damage dealt by 1. Reduce all fire damage by 1. At the end of the environment turn, deal each target 1 cold damage. So, everyone, including Akash'Bhuta, takes 2 cold damage, because that's 1, plus another 1 for the increase that's for the increased cold damage from that card. That's even less fun if you're playing heroes that do a lot of fire damage, like Ra. Well, only one thing to do here. Arcade Cadence. Oh my gosh, there's all my instruments. Okay. Literally all my instruments. Only instruments and a call forth instruments. We're going to have to discard some of these. Well, first things first, we want this. Inspiring Super Tonic. Perform. 1 hero may use a power now. Accompany. The Argent Adept regains 2 HP. 1 hero using a power now is quite good. So we want that in play. So I'm going to play that last. Does that get things out of your trash? Yeah, deck or trash. That's going on the top of the deck. Alright, what do? Activate the Perform text of a Harmony card and the Accompany text of a Harmony card. So you are a Rhythm, and we only have 1 Harmony, which is this. We could do both of these effects, but the Accompany effect is not that powerful. Zoo's Bell. Activate the Perform text of a Rhythm card and the Accompany text of either a Rhythm or a Harmony card. We don't have any Rhythms right now. And Telemon's Lyre. Activate the Perform text of a Harmony card and the Accompany text of a Rhythm card. Well, we have... right? Yeah, we have... oh no, this is a Rhythm. Harmony, Harmony, Rhythm, Harmony, Rhythm, Harmony, Rhythm. I guess we might as well do this one. That's a Rhythm, right? Yeah, that's the Rhythm, and that's the Accompany text that I like better than the other one. Because this is a Harmony, correct? Yes. There's a lot of keeping track that you have to do with Adept. Alright, that's gonna go on the... yeah, this goes in hand. This goes at the top of the deck. This goes at the bottom of the deck. This goes at in the trash. It really doesn't matter, because if we need to summon one of them back, then it'll go wherever it needs to. You can summon it back from wherever it is. And we're going to activate this Perform text, which means somebody who's not us gets to use a power. I'm going to have the Naturalist deal another 5 damage. 4 damage. Oh, because I didn't increase his damage with Adept. It's a delicate dance we do with Adept. Apparently, and I have this insider info because I was personal friends with a relative of one of the developers, they made Adept and he was so powerful that they had to cut his HP twice. We played another takedown, take another 2 damage, and no hero cards, or no villain cards this turn. And we're gonna have to add a token because we don't want to remove it, because we are about to play Turn of Events. Select the first player to use a power. I'm just, honestly, gonna choose for me. And I think I'm actually gonna deal the you know what? I'm giving myself permission to use the undo button here because I actually just don't know how this is gonna work. I think if we use a power, you don't get to use it again in the same turn, but I don't know if that's going to count if Naturalist used a power now because of this card. So I'm just gonna do it, and I will undo if it means I can't use the power again. But I just want to see what'll happen. Because we're going to use a Perform, we're going to use this card to let another player use a power now, which is going to be the Naturalist. And... what happened? What's going on? Why is nothing happening? Oh, I clicked a thing and now nothing's happening. Hello? Please hold for a minute while I figure this out. Alright, I don't quite know what was happening there. I just reset to the beginning of Setback's turn, and not to the beginning of his turn, but before I played that card, so let's try this again. Alright, choose for me. Adept is going to do the Perform on this card, which is going to let the Naturalist use this power. Okay, and it worked this time. Galvanize. Okay, so we can't use that power twice. Alright, so I'm going to go back to playing that, and I'm going to activate a different power on Adept. I'm going to deal damage to Akash'Bhuta, and if the damage is being upped by a lot, this can actually be a good way to deal damage because it does multiple hits. So when he does do damage, it's not the worst damage ever. Okay, and now we can do the Crocodile again. Sorry for what ended up being a weird and long turn. Okay. Let's play the top card again. This... if Setback would be reduced to 0 or fewer HP, remove all tokens from your unlucky pool and restore Setback to HP equal to the amount of tokens removed this way. Then destroy this card. That's nice insurance to have. Okay, we're gonna play Bestial Shift. And just deal a cool 6 damage. Yeah, Naturalist is really just all damage all the time, at least when he's on his Crocodile form. I will admit, he's very easy to play. I could have saved that extra power for a time when I had another power, but there's no guarantee we're actually going to get that card. Alright, any chance we can get rid of Frost's Cryo Chamber? Nope. Mission Control. This is one of those cards that's going to start doing things for us. At the end of the environment turn, reveal the top card of each hero deck in turn order. If the revealed card is a one-shot or a limited card already in play, discard that card. Otherwise, put the revealed card into play. This can be hit or miss as to whether or not it's helpful. You can discard cards that you were really counting on. You can also play cards that you really didn't want to play. This is a situation I've gotten myself into before, where I was playing with Fnatic and this card played End of Days. You really don't want that to happen. But first, let's take the damage from Frost's Cryo Chamber. Alright, we played Danger Sense, which is fine. Wrong Time and Place, we'll take a look at that in a moment. Discards Crafty Assault, that's fine, I wasn't really going to use that. Let's see what card Setback just played. Wrong Time and Place. The first time a hero target would be dealt damage each turn, redirect that damage to Setback, or remove X tokens from your unlucky pool to redirect that damage to a target where X equals the amount of damage. At the start of your turn, you may shuffle this card back into your deck. The first time a hero target would be dealt damage each turn. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. Oh, we just got to play that for free. Okay, let's summon an instrument that's actually going to help us here. Let's take a look. We've got Akpunku's Drum. That's the accompany text of a rhythm and the perform of a melody. I think what we really want is the perform of a harmony and the perform of a melody, but I don't think we can do that. Yeah, you only get to do one perform and one accompany. Accompany of a rhythm. We don't really need that right now. This allows you to perform text of up to 2 different melody cards, but we don't have 2 melody cards. Perform of a melody and accompany of a harmony. And perform of a rhythm and accompany of a rhythm or harmony. What we really need is we need the perform of a harmony. And we don't have a lot of good rhythm, or we don't have a lot of good rhythm cards is the problem. Well, there's no reason not to play something. We need the perform of a harmony. Huh. I guess we really wanted the lyre instead. I'm just gonna put the drum in, because I like it. And we'll do the perform of this rhythm. As usual, going after the naturalist. And we got another bell. Or another instrument, I should say. Alright, never a bad time for a bolster allies. Ooh, that's interesting. We didn't take that other, the pipes, though. Those are Drake's pipes. This is Drake, by the way. Argent Adept's real name is Drake Anthony. Or Anthony Drake, other way around. Sometimes I remember these things, sometimes I don't. Alright, setback. We might as well just try to build up to 7 tokens. Why not, right? And we're going to destroy Frost's Chamber, because we do not like that. Deal a cool amount of damage to Akash'Bhuta, and ourselves, of course. Let's play the top card of our deck again. We got yet another ongoing. Setback's been doing great. Uncharmed Life. When a hero target would be dealt damage, you may remove 2 tokens from your unlucky pool to redirect that damage to Setback. Power. Setback regains 3 HP. Destroy this card. Okay. I don't think we need to use that right now, but it's nice that it's there. Not a lot of cards that I'm really liking from the Naturalist right now. You know what? We haven't seen most of these cards. Blend into the pack. The first time the Naturalist would take damage each turn, reduce that damage by the number of environment targets in play. There are no environment targets, and this environment, in fact, has no targets. Cornered Beast. Green power. If there are more non-hero targets than hero targets, increase damage dealt by the Naturalist by 1, which there are not right now. Power. Destroy a target with 3 or fewer HP. I very rarely use that because usually you can just deal the damage instead. Hyperactive Senses. Reveal the 2 cards of any 2 decks, put them back on top of their deck in any order. You may discard the top card of any 2 decks if you can use red powers. I might use that. Indomitable Force. Reduce damage dealt to the Naturalist by 1. At the start of your turn, destroy this card. Purple. Whenever damage would be dealt to a hero target, redirect it to the Naturalist. And the Predator's Eye. I might do this one, actually. Increase damage dealt to 1 target by 1 until the start of your turn. You may draw up to 2 cards. The Naturalist deals 1 target X melee damage, where X equals 3 minus the cards dealt drawn this way. I think I'm going to do that. And I think I'm actually going to draw both cards. No. We don't need to draw anymore. That will take care of my entire problem. My problem being that I don't really have any damage in hand. Ooh, that's a good one. The reason that Akash'Bhuta is one of my favorite villains is because you can just go all out. If you have, entry point. I'll get back to that point soon. Entry point. Play this card on a room card. If there are no room cards in play, play the top card of the environment deck. Then reshuffle this card into the environment deck. A card under this card has no game text. Increase damage dealt by villain targets by 1. That can add up. We'll get rid of this, the medical ward. Inspiring Super Tonic. Ooh, not that it matters, but that's not limited. Superhuman Durability. Not the best card ever, but whatever. Looking Up. What does that do? Ooh, we like that one. That was a very good turn. Rejuvenating Entropy. Destroy 4 equipment cards. Restore all environment... Well, there's the drum. You know what? That could have been a lot worse. Alright. A company of a form of a harmony, a company of a rhythm. Our main problem being that we really don't have any good rhythm cards right now. But it's the instrument that's going to do us the best for now. So use a power. Naturalist. Let's take a look at this card. Natural Forms Power. Red, one player draws 2 cards. Purple, the Naturalist regains 2 HP. Green, the Naturalist deals up to 2 targets, 1 toxic damage each, so a little bit of AoE. This can be good because, as we saw before with Bestial Shift, he's got cards that let him use 2 powers in a turn. And we'll deal some sonic damage. But yeah, if you've got, say, Naturalist, Raw, Fanatic, and Legacy, you can really tear Akash'Bhuta up, and it's so much fun. Yeah, we'll just do a back fist strike. Legacy's mostly here to galvanize, as per usual. Let's add a token to our pool. And what can we do that's useful? We'll do that again. Setback is a beefy boy. He can handle dealing himself some damage. What are you? Looking up. At the start of your turn, if you have 10 or more tokens, Setback deals himself 3 psychic damage. So basically, don't let it get that out of hand, which it's pretty easy not to let it get that out of hand. Power. Add 3 tokens to your unlucky pool. Setback deals 1 target, 3 melee damage. At the start of your turn if you have 10 or more. So I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to do this instead. Fumbling Fool. Oh no, we drew that. We played another ongoing. My goodness, Setback. What does this do? Power. Remove 2 tokens from your unlucky pool. If you do, Setback regains 2 HP and 1 player may draw 2 cards. Not bad. Alright, we're going to play Bestial Shift, which lets us use 2 powers this turn. You can see that the Naturalist is really getting to stretch his legs and show off everything that he can do. This is also a fun villain for the Sentinels to play against. Alright. Ooh, another entry point. That stinks. Earth Sacrifice. Destroy 4 ongoing cards. Well, we have 2 of those. We don't need 2 of those. We don't particularly need that. We don't particularly need that. And we don't particularly need that. Another really good thing of having Setback playing all those ongoing cards is he has a bunch of ongoing cards that we can sacrifice instead of things that we actually really want. You are a rhythm. Do you have a good company text? Yes, you do. So now we are set up pretty much exactly as we want. We're going to play the Liar. Let Naturalist deal some damage. And let another player draw a card. Which, who needs a card to draw right now? Legacy has almost nothing that I want to do. This is a company, right? Yeah, we've got stuff we want to do. Our next turn with Setback is pretty much set. Naturalist has his own card to play. I think we're gonna actually let Legacy draw a card. Surge of Strength. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay. So, I guess we'll play Fortitude. That gives me 1 point of damage resistance. Just sit there looking pretty. Let's add a token and deal 7 damage, 8 damage because of Galvanize. Crazy. And we're going to start building that back up again. I actually quite like Setback. I don't often play as him just because there's a lot to keep track of, and I'm often playing as Adept, which is also a lot to keep track of. So you may or may not see me use him a lot, but I do like him. We drew this card. You may use an additional power on your turn. At the start of your turn, the Naturalist may regain 4 HP if he does destroy this card. Yes, we want to play that before we start drawing. So now we can use 2 powers every turn. I actually like the I think the Naturalist might out-damage Ra. For whatever reason, I don't know what it is, it's just the flavor of it. I like playing the Naturalist more than I like playing Ra. Couldn't explain why. They play almost exactly the same. Damage, damage, damage. Can we see that? Allies of the Earth. Whenever an environment target enters play, Akash'Bhuta regains HP equal to the HP of that target. We don't care about that. There are no targets in this environment. I didn't do that on purpose, by the way. I just basically went in order of which environments were on the screen. Akash'Bhuta has not been getting to do anything this game. First we had Gloomweaver. Well, Gloomweaver almost killed us, so I guess I shouldn't say he did nothing, but yeah, Akash'Bhuta is not exactly showing off here. Alright, so this card lets us destroy an ongoing or environment card, which I would like to do. I wish I had the lyre right now, not the lyre, the pipes right now. But for now, we're just going to destroy one of those entry points. Let's destroy... This one is on mission control. Let's destroy that one. Now we have mission control back. Also, we didn't get to see this card. At the start of the environment turn, each player may draw 1 card. If all active players draw a card this way, destroy this card. So, in other words, 3 players get to draw a card from now until the rest of the game. It's amazing. What are we playing? I'm gonna play Motivational Charge just in case the ring comes up at some point. Alright, setback. Add a token. We're almost at 7, not quite at 7 yet. Fumbling Fool. Discard the top card of each deck. You may add or remove 4 tokens from your unlucky pool. We don't need that right now. That might be good next turn. Oh no, we only need 7 more once. Never mind. Remove 2 tokens. I don't want to remove tokens right now. Whoops, sorry. Destroy 1 non-character card belonging to another hero. You may destroy 1 ongoing or environment card. Add or remove 3 tokens from your unlucky pool. We don't need to do that right now. This removes tokens too. I kinda don't want to play any of these, to be fair. I'm gonna skip my play phase. And I'm gonna do this for 7 damage. And I'm not going to regain HP. We'd rather have the powers. I'm going to destroy pretty much all of these cards, because none of these cards are dealing us damage right now, and I don't particularly like them. And we'll keep drawing. We got the Gazelle, another one of those, another one of those, another one of those, for whatever that's worth. That's a good card. And another one of those. Alright, let's play... No, we have that one. This one. Primal Charge. Red, draw 4 cards. Purple, the Naturalist deals 1 target 2 melee damage. Or green, the Naturalist deals 1 target 3 melee damage. Not sure why you'd want to use that if you're purple. But, damage, damage, damage. We're getting... Well, I was going to say we're getting close to finishing this battle up, but we're actually just getting close to the midpoint of a regular battle. But we're relatively getting there. Who is going to draw? I don't think Naturalist really needs to draw because he's got his own card that's going to let him draw. So, Adept. Ooh, that's a good one. Legacy. Setback. Okay. Skip the Naturalist. Ironclad Maintenance Bay. Limited. It's a 1-shot. And that's a 1-shot. That stinks. Ooh. Oh, what is Ironclad Maintenance Bay doing? It's moving from trash to the bottom of the deck. I don't think we really care about that. Arboreal Phalanges. Finally another limb. So, first of all, let's check out the Maintenance Bay. At the end of the environment turn, put the top card of each trash pile under its associated deck. That actually will keep the environment from running out of cards a little bit quicker. Let's try that again. That'll keep Akash'Bhuta from flipping as quickly because the environment will run out of cards slower. But, I don't really care if she flips. Arboreal Phalanges. At the end of the villain turn, this card deals the non-villain target with the highest HP 3 melee damage. Not too bad. Just a little bit of damage. Which is, of course, being increased by entry point. Let's not forget that. Alright, so we've got... I would actually like the pipes right now because we have... Hold on. Are the pipes are in the deck, right? I can tell you... Yes, they're not in the trash, so they must be in the deck. Let's play the pipes. We can't play the perform text of a melody and a harmony at the same time. So if we have to play 2 melodies, because I want to play a melody right now, if we have to play a melody, we might as well play 2 melodies. So first thing I want to do is not that. I want to do this and destroy entry point. And then I will do some damage to the phalanges. Because why not? In the end, it'll deal damage to Akash'Bhuta anyway, and it'll get rid of the thing that's damaging us. Another Arcane Cadence. Did we actually find anything to play? Yeah, I guess we'll play a Thok. 3 damage, draw a card. And smile for the people. Let's let's add a token. Oh, that counts as the start of it? I called BS on that. I am actually going to redo that because I didn't realize that's what was going to happen. The way something like this would work... No, actually... No, I guess it would work like that. I wouldn't have assumed that it worked like that. Whatever. We'll just let it play out. Now I know. I would not have assumed because that was technically still the start of the turn. Whatever. I'm just being a little salty. We're going to deal the 9 damage to Akash'Bhuta directly, because if we dealt it to the phalanges, it wouldn't do the full amount of damage. Sorry, I was looking at something wrong. Remove 2 tokens. That's not bad at all. We're going to do this. I think from now on, unless, of course, we draw another one of those yawn cards, we're going to do a balance of adding tokens and doing damage and removing tokens to heal. Let us play this. Oops. Let's play this. We're going to discard this and this. We're actually going to keep this just in... You know what? No, we're not. Akash'Bhuta's not going to live long enough for it to matter if she destroys that again. Or if she destroys ongoings and I have to get rid of it. I just would like to get as much chance of doing big damage as I can. That's not damage. That's also not damage. That's damage. Alright. I think we're going to get her in the next round. In fact, we're certainly going to get her in the next round. There's basically nothing she can do at this point. And we're not even going to see her flip. Okay. Well, maybe not in the next round. It might take another 2 rounds. Especially because of the healing here. Who's drawing? Naturalist has no damage right now. Setback. What does Cash Out do? Draw that many cards. That's pretty good. We don't really need the healing. The card draw is good, but it's a little late game for that to be super cool. Friendly Fire. Whenever a hero target deals a non-hero target damage, that hero may also deal Setback 2 damage of the same type. Whenever Setback is dealt damage this way, add 2 tokens to your unlucky pool. Don't need that. Yeah, I think Setback wants to draw. I think Adept is going to skip. Ooh, Legacy Ring. Oh, we got another turn of events. Very good. Caspit's Playground. All hero ongoing cards are also equipment cards. That's kind of good, actually. Alright, we got a healing melody. We got another Danger Sense. Discarded something. Oh, I actually like that card. Ooh, that's bad. That's an example of something we didn't want to play. We just played the Rhino, which means that we are no longer the Crocodile. So that's going to delay us a bit. Living Rock Slide. I believe that deals damage to all of us. Yes, it does. At the end of the villain turn, this card deals each non-villain target 2 projectile damage. When this card is destroyed, Akash'Bhuta deals yourself 10 energy damage. Everybody takes 2 damage, except the people who take 1 because they have damage resistance. Do I play... If you want to go all in on damage and you have the pipes, you can play a second one of these. No, we don't want to do... I was going to say, do I want to do that? But no, we absolutely do not. I have something else we want Adept to do. What does this do? Perform. One player may play 1 card now. Accompany. You may use power now if you do destroy this card. That's the Alacritous Subdominant. I think we're just going to play this. It's really never not a good idea to play that. Alright, what are we playing? Select up to 2 targets until the start of your next turn. Reduce damage dealt to those targets. Or 1 player may draw a card now. We have one of those. Doesn't really matter. We're basically set up the way we want to be. So I'm going to put this card in hand. Mostly just because we can. This card on the... No, we want that in play. I'll put this card on the top of the deck. Hold on, I did this wrong again. Sorry, you might see me do this quite a bit with specifically this card because I just can't keep track of it all. This card is going in the trash. This card is going in the bottom of the deck. This is going in hand. This is going top of the deck. And this is going in play. Alright, we need to use this Harmony, so we're going to do the Liar. We're going to let the Naturalist use his power now, so we can get rid of the Rhino and get back to the... Wait a second. If you search for your deck or trash and put it for a form... Is that form not... Where's the alligator? Crocodile. Did it go back into my hand? I don't understand. We were the crocodile before. We forcibly switched to the rhinoceros. Destroy any other form cards. Yeah, it should have gone into his trash. Huh? I don't understand what just happened, but for reasons unknown, the crocodile card appears to be gone, and we are now the gazelle. I suppose we'll just have to live with that. Oh, we already had one of those. See? There's a lot to keep track of. Alright, accompany text. Who wants to draw a card now? I think the Naturalist wants to draw a card now. The Naturalist is a bit unhappy. Alright, let's play the Legacy Ring. So we get to Galvanize and Motivational Charge. So we'll deal 3 damage to this, and everyone gains 1 HP. If anybody can explain to me what just happened with that, Sorry, I'm looking at cards for stuff up. Yeah, if anybody wants to explain to me what just happened to the crocodile, that would be nice. Do we cash... Oh, no, we do Turn of Events. Where is the crocodile? I want to see if I can get the crocodile back by... whatever. Turn of Events. Let's all use a power. think we're going to go with damage for Adept, because we're not Crocodile right now, so there's no other power I really want him to use. Sorry, this is throwing me off my game a little bit. Oh, click on the Argent Adept, then click on an applicable card to accompany its performance text. Do we want to get rid of an environment card? Do we want to get rid of an environment card? Not really. Let's just heal. Setback? Who is only at 9 HP, jeez. Didn't even notice. We'll all heal. And then we'll stop. Motivational charge again. That should take it out, yep. And 10 HP left, regardless of whether or not we ever manage to become the crocodile again. Search your deck or trash for a form and put it into play. Oh, did the crocodile go back into our deck? It did. Did we reshuffle at some point? Alright, either I just missed it or something didn't work the way I thought it was going to. If somebody can straighten that out for me in the comments, that would be appreciated. It's a little embarrassing to be this confused on only the second episode, but what are you gonna do? Alright. Let us deal some damage. I think we're probably going to end this now. In fact, I'd say we're definitely going to end this now. Bye-bye, Akash'Bhuta. And there you go, one of the longer fights we're going to see, and it's only going to get longer when we play on Advanced, Challenge, and Ultimate, so get used to that with Akash'Bhuta. That was a fun game. We got to see Adept go... Well, Adept didn't really go crazy. He can go crazier. But we really got to see the Naturalist show what he's worth. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Let's Play the Sentinels of the Multiverse video game Infernal Relics. And hopefully I'll see you in the next episode where we fight a new villain, Apostate. Bye-bye!